Alright, look. I am tired. The last 2 days have beaten me into a bloody pulp like I was robbing a grocery store of bread for my family in Gotham City, and the entire Bat family had nothing else to do but to pummel me into the dirt. So yeah, I'm not doing great. And therefore, I'm taking my frustration out by ranting about Batman. Hence the Batman-esque opener. Now, I was just scrolling Instagram, sitting on my couch, and I saw this post, and it just brought back so many memories about this specific topic. And I'm like, if nothing else is gonna get me off my butt to make a video today, it's gotta be this. And you know what? I'm gonna run with it. And it's pretty much just talking about, like, Zack Snyder had an interview where he said he would be happy to make, or he would want to make The Dark Knight Returns comic book into a live-action movie with Ben Affleck as Batman. And if that man is ever allowed to make another Batman story, somebody ought to fire everyone at Warner Brothers. I swear, he sucks. Don't care. He sucks at Batman. Because his Batman kills for no reason. I am big on Batman's no killing rule. At the very least, if you're going for a original Cape Crusader, or just if you're just going for a Batman that stands for Batman, like if he's supposed to feel like actual Batman, you can have your Elseworld stories, you can have your downfall stories, you can have your what ifs, and they can be interesting, like a version of Batman that does kill, like the Thomas Wayne thing. You can have those different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are actively attempting to have a story of the Batman, if you will, you can't have him kill people. Because Batman does not kill. Okay, and I know probably not many people who are on here would know. Though there are a few more of you than I expected to actually follow. And thank you for that, by the way. I've been meaning to make a video addressing that. But, staying on point here. I know if anyone were to also be a fan of High Top Films, this video is probably extremely similar to his Batman No Killing Rule video, which is fabulous and way better than this because it's way better produced, because I'm simply rambling into my microphone. But this is all I got for today, and so this is what it is. Anyways, Batman as a character has not survived the past 80 plus years because of just some cool suit and some gadgets. No, it's because, in part, his no killing rule. Because that is a part of what he stands for. The reason he's become a global phenomenon is because of the things that people can latch onto and identify with him. Okay, he stands for true justice. He isn't just... It's kind of the way I perceived the DC Comics characters, as being personifications of ideals. And, like, sometimes, they always don't work in practice, and the murky areas are usually where the cool, interesting stories come from and how we can progress through that. But for Batman, it is the idea of everyone has the capability to be good. He set out on his mission originally for vengeance, for revenge, and found that doesn't work. It doesn't work all the time. And that sometimes someone just needs help. It's the entire point that he doesn't kill people, because if he kills another person, not only does he become as cold and ruthless as the man that murdered his parents in front of him for nothing more than some broken pearls, but he fails to uphold his own ideas that anyone can be good. That is why he doesn't kill the Joker, because he still is holding on to the day that one day he can be good. He can rehabilitate. He can become a functional member of society. And if he kills him, he steals that from him. To take a life is to be the worst thief, I don't know, in all of humanity. Because you steal something that is irreplaceable. You steal a person's opportunity. And time and again, we see with his villains that a lot of them do better. I mean, Mr. Freeze usually just kind of fricks off to the Arctic or something. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I haven't read, like, the mainline books for him. I've kind of just gotten the, like, cool collections. So I don't know what all of them, but, like, you know, Harley in recent years has become more of an anti-hero sometimes, I think. Red Hood is the obvious example. Jason could have been another punk that Batman took out. Just some kid stealing the wheels off the Batmobile. And if, say, Batman had been this more brutal version, he probably wouldn't have killed him. Obviously, you know. I'm sure people advocating for Batman killing people wouldn't advocate for Batman shooting this freaking 15-year-old for stealing his tires. But that version of Batman would still be so brutal, he would probably just break his bones and leave. But instead, Batman cares for him. He takes a moment to understand his situation. He takes a moment to help someone before hurting. And in that, despite what would happen to Jason later on, gave Jason some of the best years of his life. Batman killing people is boring in the grand scheme of things. Batman killing people is just wrong. Freaking Zack Snyder. This guy doesn't understand one bit of that. He claims to know, or to be a big fan, of the Dark Knight comic book. Or the Dark Knight Returns comic book, excuse me. And I have read that. And that book is genuinely amazing. It sent, like, chills through me. Because of how shockingly real that new sick version of Gotham felt. All of the awful stuff that Gotham was plagued with felt like pretty much just what's happening today, all condensed down into one city. And it sucks. But it shows, I think, a need of hope in people. A need of hope to do better in order for us to do better. We have to think, or at least see others do better in to push ourselves to meet that. Or at least some. Because obviously there's people to do it their own. But, like, I don't even get where people get, like, that Batman being a ruthless killer. Because several times he refuses to still. When he fights the Joker, he refuses to. And the Joker ends up losing because the Joker simply just kills himself to frame Batman for murder. Because he knows he can't break the Batman. Batman wins the fight. Batman wins by not killing. And then later again, by the end of the book, when this army of thugs have decided to brand themselves with Batman's image and quote-unquote fight justice, they are those killing criminals kind of vibe. They just run around with their guns and do whatever. But when Gotham City is in danger and needs people to help, needs a community to help itself, Batman stops them, rallies them, takes one of the shotguns, breaks it over his knee, and says, "This is the weapon of the enemy. And instead, we will be precise and careful." I don't have it on hand with me right now because, like I said, I'm just rambling into a microphone. But I'll probably find the stills. Batman is all against that because that doesn't help anyone. It doesn't. It just makes more victims. If Bruce Wayne kills people, he simply is just another victim maker. And when his parents were murdered in front of him, his vow was that it would never happen to anyone ever again. So, it is unbelievably, unfathomably idiotic and stupid if anyone else ever tries to make Batman kill people and justify it. Again, the Batman. Elseworlds or whatever. I can't believe I just rambled about that for 10 minutes. Well, if you listened to the whole thing, thank you. I appreciate you giving me the time of day to just ramble on into my microphone about a stupid internet argument. Well, I'm going to go pretend to be Batman in video games now. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.